Your muscles are vanishing right before your eyes, and you don't even know it's happening. If you're over 60 and dealing with diabetes, what I'm about to show you could literally save your independence and maybe even your life. Most people think muscle loss is just a normal part of aging, but that's dangerously wrong. When diabetes enters the picture, muscle disappearance accelerates at an alarming rate, and the warning signs are so subtle that by the time most people notice, they've already lost 30 to 40% of their muscle mass. Here's what's really terrifying. This isn't just about looking weaker or feeling tired. Muscle loss in diabetic seniors creates a deadly cascade that leads to falls, fractures, inability to recover from illness, and ultimately loss of independence. But your body is trying to warn you right now with 10 weird signs that most doctors don't even know to look for. The connection between diabetes and muscle loss is more sinister than you think. High blood sugar doesn't just damage your organs, it literally eats away at your muscle tissue from the inside out. Your muscles become resistant to insulin, which means they can't properly absorb the nutrients they need to maintain themselves. Meanwhile, chronic inflammation from diabetes accelerates the breakdown of muscle proteins faster than your body can rebuild them. This process is called sarcopenia, and when combined with diabetes, it becomes a silent killer. Studies show that diabetic seniors lose muscle mass at twice the rate of their non-diabetic peers. Even more shocking, this muscle wasting can begin years before you're officially diagnosed with diabetes, during the pre-diabetic stage when blood sugar levels are just slightly elevated. Your muscles are like metabolic furnaces, burning glucose and helping control blood sugar. When you lose muscle mass, your body's ability to regulate blood sugar deteriorates even further, creating a vicious downward spiral. Less muscle means worse blood sugar control, which means more muscle loss, and the cycle continues. If you want to catch this before it's too late, pay attention to these warning signs. We'll also reveal a simple routine at the end that can actually reverse this process, even if you're already in your 70s or 80s. The first weird sign is trouble opening jars or bottles. This isn't just about arthritis in your hands. When diabetes starts stealing your muscle mass, the small muscles in your hands and forearms are often the first to go. If you find yourself struggling with pickle jars, water bottles, or even turning doorknobs that used to be easy, your grip strength is telling you something critical about what's happening throughout your entire body. Research shows that grip strength is one of the most accurate predictors of overall muscle health and future disability risk. Sign number 2 involves changes in how you get out of chairs. If you're starting to rock forward or use your arms to push yourself up from sitting, this indicates significant loss in your quadriceps and glute muscles. Diabetic seniors often dismiss this as normal aging, but it's actually your legs screaming that they're losing the power to support your body weight. The sit-to-stand movement is one of the most important functional movements for maintaining independence. The third sign is shuffling when you walk. When diabetes damages your muscles, your gait changes in subtle ways. You might notice your feet don't lift as high off the ground, or you're taking smaller, more cautious steps. This happens because the muscles that control your hip flexion and ankle dorsiflexion are weakening, increasing your fall risk dramatically. Your walking speed is actually a powerful predictor of how long you'll live independently. Sign number 4 is feeling winded going upstairs. If climbing a single flight of stairs leaves you breathless when it never used to, this could indicate that your heart muscle and respiratory muscles are being affected by the same process destroying your skeletal muscles. Diabetes doesn't discriminate. It attacks muscle tissue everywhere. The diaphragm and intercostal muscles that help you breathe are particularly vulnerable to diabetic damage. The fifth warning sign is changes in your posture. Look at recent photos of yourself compared to a year ago. Are your shoulders more rounded? Is your head jutting forward? Diabetes-related muscle loss often hits the deep postural muscles first, causing your spine to lose its natural curves and your body to collapse inward. This creates a cascade of problems including back pain, reduced lung capacity, and digestive issues. Sign number 6 involves bathroom urgency issues. This might seem unrelated, but the muscles that control your bladder and pelvic floor are also susceptible to diabetic muscle wasting. If you're having more frequent urges or occasional accidents, especially at night, weakening pelvic muscles could be the culprit. High blood sugar also affects nerve function, which compounds these problems. The seventh sign is losing your balance more often. Those little stumbles or moments where you feel unsteady aren't just clumsiness. The small stabilizing muscles throughout your body that keep you balanced are incredibly sensitive to diabetic damage. When they start failing, your risk of serious falls skyrockets. Diabetic neuropathy or nerve damage makes this balance problem even worse by reducing sensation in your feet. Sign number 8 is clothes fitting differently around your arms and legs. Many diabetic seniors notice their pants getting loose around the thighs, while their waist stays the same or even increases. This redistribution happens because muscle tissue is being replaced by fat tissue, even if the scale doesn't change much. This is called sarcopenic obesity, and it's particularly dangerous because it combines the worst aspects of muscle loss and weight gain. The 9th warning sign is taking longer to recover from minor injuries or illnesses. When you have less muscle mass, your body has fewer resources to draw from during healing. That sprained ankle that used to heal in a week now takes a month. That cold that knocked you down for 2 days now sidelines you for 2 weeks. Muscle tissue serves as a protein reservoir that your body can draw from during times of stress or illness. The 10th and most alarming sign is what doctors call failure to thrive. This is when you start avoiding activities you used to enjoy not because you don't want to do them, but because they've become too physically demanding. Gardening feels impossible. Playing with grandchildren exhausts you. Even light housework becomes overwhelming. This social withdrawal often leads to depression and further physical decline. If you recognize multiple signs from this list, don't panic, but do take action immediately. The good news is that muscle loss can be reversed even in diabetic seniors, even if you're starting from a very low baseline. The key is understanding that muscle building in diabetic seniors requires a different approach than what works for younger people. Here's how to fight back and reclaim your strength. First, you need to understand that traditional cardio exercise alone won't save your muscles. Walking is great for your heart and blood sugar, but you need resistance training to rebuild muscle tissue. This doesn't mean you have to join a gym or lift heavy weights. In fact, for diabetic seniors, starting too aggressively can be counterproductive and dangerous. Start with bodyweight exercises you can do at home. Chair stands are perfect. Simply standing up and sitting down repeatedly will begin rebuilding your leg muscles. Start with 5 repetitions and gradually work up to 15. Wall push-ups work your arms and chest without putting stress on your joints. Even lifting soup cans or water bottles provides enough resistance to stimulate muscle growth when you're starting out. The key is progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge over time. Your muscles need to be challenged to grow, but the progression must be careful and consistent. Add 1 more repetition each week, or hold the movement for an extra second. Small increases compound over time into significant strength gains. Protein becomes absolutely critical when you're fighting diabetic muscle loss. Most seniors don't eat nearly enough protein, and diabetes makes this problem worse by interfering with protein synthesis. Aim for at least 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight every day, spread across all meals. Focus on high-quality sources like eggs, fish, lean meats, Greek yogurt, and beans. Consider adding a protein supplement if you're struggling to meet your needs through food alone. Timing matters too. Try to eat some protein within 30 minutes after your exercise session when your muscles are most receptive to building new tissue. This post-workout window is crucial for maximizing the benefits of your efforts. Blood sugar control is non-negotiable. Every spike in blood glucose accelerates muscle breakdown and interferes with muscle building. Work with your doctor to optimize your medications, but also focus on eating smaller, more frequent meals with balanced protein, healthy fats, and limited refined carbohydrates. Monitor your blood sugar before and after exercise to understand how your body responds. Sleep quality directly impacts muscle recovery and growth hormone production. Diabetic seniors often have disrupted sleep due to blood sugar fluctuations, medication side effects, or sleep apnea, which creates a vicious cycle of muscle loss. Create a consistent bedtime routine, keep your bedroom cool and dark, and avoid screens for at least an hour before bed. Consider talking to your doctor about sleep studies if you're experiencing persistent fatigue. Hydration is often overlooked but crucial. Dehydration impairs muscle function and recovery, and diabetics are at higher risk for dehydration due to frequent urination. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily. more if you're exercising or in hot weather. Consider working with a physical therapist who understands diabetic complications. They can design a safe, progressive exercise program that builds strength without risking injury or dangerous blood sugar swings. They can also address any balance or mobility issues that might be limiting your progress. The most important thing to remember is that it's never too late to start. Even seniors in their 80s and 90s can rebuild significant muscle mass with the right approach. Studies show that people can gain 20 to 30% of their muscle mass back within just 12 weeks of proper resistance training, regardless of their starting age. Your muscles want to be strong. Diabetes is just getting in the way. Give them the tools they need with consistent resistance exercise, adequate protein, proper blood sugar control, and quality sleep, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you can reclaim your strength, independence, and quality of life. Don't let diabetes steal your future. Start fighting back today, even if it's just with 5 chair stands. Your future self will thank you.